Hey, Good Fox here. Today we got a breakdown of the Madden Mechanics community request addressed. It launched this morning, but you guys are going to see it probably tomorrow, so it will be 24 hours since it launched. I'm a little delayed on this one, but I've watched a lot of other people give their thoughts on it, seen a lot of Twitter chatter, and I think this is probably the most important blog release so far. I think you guys can see my mouse. Yes, you can. So the important stuff's at the bottom. So it's quite a long one. The important stuff down here, we'll get to at the end or near the end because it's at the bottom. But we'll go through that then. Let's just go through these quick things. I'll get my thoughts on them. Off-ball injuries is only in simulation, so they get O-lineman, D-lineman injuries. I'm going to try to skip through the ones that I don't think that are very important or meaningful. You can read it, so put it in the description for a lot of this stuff. Ball hawk skill mechanic. Basically can't hold Y the whole way through, and if a quarterback's fake out user defenders with like a pump, they the holding the ball hawk, people will jump. So holding Y has definitely been nerfed going into 18, which a lot of people are loving. It should help. I think when in 17, when I try to time it, I have a lot more dropped interceptions. So I think people are going to complain about that next year. Oh, the user dropping the interceptions, and we'll see that going into 18. But I think that's kind of like the nerfing of the user right there. Hit stick has now become a skill mechanic. Talk about more of the nerfing of the user. It's hard to line up. There's no auto aim for it. It'll be hard to line up the hit sticks, but we'll wonder. I wonder if it's going to be, if you're gonna want to get like a left trigger hit stick. Like in 16 I did a breakdown on how to hit stick at the end of one of my videos, and basically I showed that holding left trigger and doing the hit stick had a better chance at causing a fumble and getting better hit stick animations, and like so you strafe side to side. But 17 they talked about momentum, and they'll get to that in a little bit with the running backs and hit stick stuff. So having momentum behind your hit stick is going to make it better. So maybe not the left trigger next year. We'll have to play with it first. Ball carrier special moves, they tuned up the juke spins and whatnot, so we'll see if it's more balanced, more of like a shifty back year, because this 17 was definitely a trucking back year. The moves are faster and more efficient. That's something that, again, the meta is going to change. You're going to play, and we'll see what kind of routes are effective for running back and what kind of running back runs them the best. If it's outside running, then yes, the faster, shiftier guys. If it's to the flat passes and all that kind of stuff. But if it's back up the middle and trucking dudes, that's always so much fun. Dropped interceptions. They said this is not going to happen that much in competitive mode. The swerve, they patched it, they killed it. It is a exploit. So there it is, exploit. So yeah, it's dead next year, hopefully. I really pray it is. Curl flat zones, basically purple route. Yep, purple zones are going to cover corners better. What I see from this, though, the no cover zone is a new rule where the underneath defenders won't jump route 5 yards and under. So what you do is call a corner. If the opponent has curl flats on, call a corner route, and then maybe a out route, hot route it to the first down, just to get it past that 5 yards and under, and then your corner route should be perfectly open. All right, fumble recovery. Although cloud flats will probably play it pretty well too, which everybody's been used to playing cloud flats this year. You know, the blue, light blue, not hard flats, but cloud flats. So they'll play those other corners pretty well. They play them decently, not the really deep corners, but they play them decently. Fumble recovery. Talk a little about this on stream. For fumble recoveries, yeah, it takes forever to pick up the ball on the ground, but it's cool that they patched it, but I don't think it wasn't as game breaking as a lot of people thought. Like the lack of fumble recoveries were, like people got pissed and stuff, because it's either one team's gonna get it or the other, like 50-50 chance. Yeah, it's frustrating when your guys doesn't get it, but it's 50-50 either way. So in the long run, overall, nothing's gonna change. They're just making it more smooth. So that should take that out of people's bitching quiver. User-controlled linebackers. We made some alterations to defender run controls and ensure only elite defenders capable of making these type of plays. So, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. I wonder what kind of alterations and turn rates. Maybe it's the agility and acceleration for that kind of stuff. But we'll see how that plays out next year. I'll see it when I see it. Rack drops, that's great that they fixed it. Hard flat zones, they're making hard flats play the hard flats better. That's really great, I guess. If you guess hard flat and you don't cover the hard flat, although they played pretty darn well in 17. In 18, they're playing they're going to be even better for those like running back routes and recognizing them. All the AI defender SWAT versus interception. So the guys. This is funny that they say on competitive only, defenders will now always go for the interception on open read on the ball. What about simulation? Is it just based on stats at that point? I don't know. It seems like something that they'd want in all modes for the defenders to go for the interception in that way. But maybe, I guess, in simulation, for the stats-based and the abilities-based, they go for it. Directional control of rat catches. This is awesome. So now your guy won't be just running straight out of bounds. You can direct it going up once you catch it. This year, you have to direct your throw up the field instead of if you have a wide-open rack in order to get your guy to kind of go up the field for you. Size and weight factor. I was talking about momentum earlier. They talked that the size and weight of your running back and your hit sticks actually matter now. So size would mean like height, I'm guessing. And weight would mean weight. Weird that words mean words. It blows my mind. You will see far less instances of smaller players handling a hit stick on bigger ball carriers. It's a weird balance they got to make between size and weight and like hit power. Like J.J. Watt versus, say, Cam Newton. If J.J. Watt's got 92 hit power and then like he hits Newton, is that going to be a bigger hit than, say, if Cam Chancellor with his 70 pounds lighter but he's got 99 hit power hitting Cam Newton? I don't know. Who's going to be bigger? Like, so that's something that kind of goes into the stats versus the size and weight. That's a big balance that the Madden developers had to tune over the years. It looks like they've moved more towards the size and weight mattering more into 18 from 17. So definitely look out for that. Bigger guys matter. Go with like Fournette, I think, because he's going to have pretty good speed and pretty good trucking next year as your running back. OT and play now games. Okay, play now. I don't play those. Low-rated QB accuracy. They made the low-rated worse, so maybe there's a buff to like the Tom Brady's of the world. We'll see how this happens. But this is basically in simulation mode, especially in simulation. Competitive, they really took out a lot of accuracy for competitive. If you hit over threshold in competitive for QB accuracy, that quarterback is going to basically throw dots because they don't want that kind of randomness for QBs. Defensive practice mode, this is really cool. If you're making adjustments, the offense won't snap the ball. Before you had to have two controllers in order to practice defensive practice mode. There were some run game issues where running backs, ball carriers would be caught by defenders that are slower. That was because of some defensive run curves and stamina. All right, now here are the hot routes that we talked about. They made a couple notes about like a safety being subbed into a cornerback spot. He gets the outside cornerback. So it matters what position on the field you are. Anyways, outside DB, this defensive hot route stuff is freaking amazing. Outside deep third, you can go there. You can go a cover 2 invert zone and a deep quarter. So you can make cover 2 invert anywhere. You know how powerful cover 2 invert is in this game this year when people aren't expecting it and can't take advantage of the middle of the field that well. If like you got a user or a say you could put like a let's see. Let me go to the middle linebacker. Here's what I'm thinking. Middle third deep zone. Love it. Instead of doing like a quarter deep zone only, you get a middle third deep zone. So you could go like a cover 3 invert type deal. So you can put your outside DBs on a third deep zone, your middle linebacker in a deep zone, and go like, because there's only a couple playbooks or a couple sets that's in where like the middle linebacker covers. It's usually in like, I don't know, some sort of quarters formation or whatever. But anyways, these outside DBs, you can't bluff blitz them only. You can only blitz them. They only have so many options you can do. So having these deep third zones, this is probably my biggest want. And being able to do a cover 2 invert, I don't know. The amount of customization that you can be able to do next year if you have fast fingers and know what you want to do and how to attack your opponent's offense, it's pretty awesome what they did to this stuff. But yeah, the cloud flat, hard flat, soft squat. You can this year you weren't able to go to a soft squat. You weren't able to go to that. So that's kind of cool that you can do that. You're not able to go to their curl flat. They were talking about up here how these purple routes, curl flats. This is something you were able to audible into purple zones last year, but you're not able to do that anywhere. You're not able to do that with this outside DB there. You can with a slot DB go to the curl flat, but you can't do it out here. You can only cloud flat, hard flat, soft squat. Okay, so that's is what it is. You don't have it. They gave you other ones, but this one, so the slot DB, you can't put in a deep zone, which is strange. I don't think I'd want QB spy. I'd rather have a deep third zone on this than a QB spy. These two I'd want. These ones are fine. Seam flat and vertical hook. I'm not so sure on the differences. I'll have to look that up before moving into 18. But I don't think QB spy should be on the slot DB. They should give him some sort of deep zone audible. Anyways, moving on, deep half safety. So these are their free safety, strong safety. You can get the cover 2 deep zone, cover 3 awesome, inside quarter zone. So you can make, again, a cover 4, cover 3, cover 2, any of it. You can also put them into a hook curl, curl flat, a man coverage, and a blitz. So, I mean, if you can put them into a curl flat, then you can put them, if the adjustment's the same as 17, you can put them into a hard flat or a, why can't I think of the name right now? Cloud flat. Curl flat, cloud flat. Keep getting them screwed up. Deep middle safety, so if you come out in like cover 3 looking thing, you can put them into a cover 3, outside third, so you can do like a coverage outside third deep. That's so they can do deep half. Huh, that's cool. So you can come out in a cover 3 look, put them in a deep half left, put your corner into like another deep half zone, and then kind of have like a mix. One side stays over the top. The deep middle safety shifts over to the cover 2. A corner jumps back to another cover 2. I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of sweet freaking coverages next year. I wonder if cover 2 is gonna stay meta if we're gonna shift to cover 3. Cover 3 left the meta because of the swerve being so good against it. That's this is what I'm most excited for this upcoming year, is being able to switch around and fiddle with defense and coverages. Either ways, I mean, I guess deep matters quite a bit, but more underneath with your user. We'll see what that. But anyways, inside linebacker, really you'll be using a lot of this. You only ever need to make these adjustments if you have a 3-4 or something like that. But outside linebacker and 4-man line D end. So I guess this would also be like a 3-3-5, but I guess they'd consider that an inside linebacker. It'll be weird to see what the threshold is for moving from inside to outside. Like, if you shift your linebackers in the 3-3-5 to one way, does that now become an outside linebacker? For where is the cutoff for these different coverages going to be? Because these outside linebackers can't do middle, third, deep zone. These inside linebackers, what can't they do? They can do those, man coverage, curl flat. It's the hard flat out there. So if you want you can do the inside linebacker to a curl flat, then shade down. That's not a big deal. I don't like that. I don't like that these are different. This might cause some issues. I don't like that these are different at all. Huh. I really wish they kept this consistent, because you'll have to, because when you hot route with a right, like with the linebackers, having to know which one is in which spot, putting them into a hook curl versus a hard flat is completely different. And if it's only like a couple feet of differences between where the outside linebacker and the inside linebacker is, oh man, that's going to cause some frustration. Okay, well, anyways, defensive tackle and 3-down lineman. You can no longer put your defensive tackle into a deep zone, which I know a lot of people did during the, like, near the goal line. Maybe not, but a couple. But you can put it in vertical hook zones either side. Man coverage. I think you can only man, they said on Twitter you can only man up against the running back or tight end. Blitz, QB spy, bluff blitz. All right, so that's it. It should be an exciting 17. I'm really liking this. What are your thoughts on this blog? And let me know down below in the comments, and we'll have a little discussion. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.